G'day viewers, welcome to the end of another week, which means it's time once more for Totally Fucked Up Friday. And today, I want to spend my time talking about how fucked up the Australian government is at the moment. Relatively newly elected Australian government, headed by one Tony Abbott and his Conservative coalition, who I have made no secret of the fact I really don't fucking like. I don't like the personalities, I don't like the policies, and quite frankly, the one thing in their favour is they're going to provide a fuckload of material for me over the next couple of years. And the big story this week has been the blow up about the scandal about spying on Indonesia. This is all spiraled out of the American NSA Snowden revelations, and it's rolled on that both with and without the help of the US government, the Australian government has spied on the Indonesian government. And in case you don't know politics in this part of the world, Indonesia, world's most populous Muslim nation, our immediate neighbour to the north, and a very important trading partner. And honestly, in Australian politics, you can forget fucking everything except that last bit. Important trading partner, particularly with primary produce, beef, wheat, produce, stuff like that. The Conservative farmers who form a very big voting bloc that tends to vote the Conservative political parties in. You best not piss them off. So when the story broke that the Australian government had been spying on the Indonesian government, you essentially had two ways to go. Be like the American administration when the story broke that they'd been spying on top of other people. German Chancellor Angela Merkel and Obama went, "We're sorry, it won't happen again." No one believed him. No one believed A, he was sorry, and B, it would never happen again. But he said it. That's what you do. You go, that was, gee, I wish I could take that back. That was bad. Or you could be an arrogant cunt like Tony Abbott and say, it doesn't fucking matter what these guys feel about the fact that we've been spying. He couldn't even do the fucking dignity towards the guy of just lying and saying, yeah, that was kind of out of line. That was poor judgment. We won't do that anymore. Everyone knows it would be a lie, but you could at least do the guy the courtesy of lying rather than just act like such a fucking prick. And what could possibly be the fallout? Well, fallout one is Tone and his pack of liars. One of the things they got elected on was the ridiculous fucking fiction of we're going to stop the boats, which means stop asylum seekers who tend to arrive in Australia by boat. And most of those come through Indonesian waters. In fact, it's widely regarded that most of them stop in Indonesia for a while. Then the Indonesian government goes, go on, you guys don't want to stay here. Go down to Australia. They've got heaps of room and money and stuff. And so any sort of effective stopping of boats needs the compliance of the Indonesian government. Otherwise, fuck all's gonna happen. And look, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'll let you all guess. The Australian government acted like complete fucking wankers to the Indonesian government, and the Australian government had a central plank of their election policy that relied on the Indonesian government. So guess what the Indonesian government did? Yeah, they said, go fuck yourselves. We're not going to go along with your ridiculous stop the boats bullshit. We're going to stop bloody cooperating with you altogether on the whole asylum seeker thing. Who knew? Who knew when you acted like a complete prick to someone, when you didn't even just give the veneer of respect, they would tell you to go fuck yourself. Apparently, the Liberal Party did not know when you act like a complete prick to people, they will tell you to go fuck yourself. In fact, if I was the Liberal Party, I would, again, they don't like to take responsibility for their own action, inaction, obnoxiousness. Just keep going with that. Just say, look, it's not our fault. When we were in opposition for all those years, we lived with a completely compliant media and an utterly ineffectual Labor Party that made us think we could say and do whatever we wanted forever. Because we were never called to account. In our own country, we were never called to account for blatant lies and being self-serving wankers. We thought that worked everywhere. We thought we could go out onto the world stage and be complete fucking pricks and get away with it. It's not our fault. It isn't our fault. The media never called us to account. The fucking Labor Party are useless and never pulled us up on our lies and bullshit. So we thought no one would ever pull us up on our lies and bullshit. It's not our fault that we can't fucking deal when someone pulls us up on our lies and bullshit. We acted like arrogant fucking pricks for so many years. We thought everyone everywhere put up with that shit. Because, it just seems like life to us. And one of the bits that cracked me up during this week, this guy who works as a pollster for the Liberal Party, loved to tout himself as being on our Prime Minister Tony Abbott's inner circle. Just started randomly tweeting shit like saying he compared the Indonesian foreign minister to a Filipino porn star from the 70s because of his mustache, I think. And then when he was called to account, like saying, in terms of international relations, calling a major government figure a 70s porn star, not cool. He just went, instead of actually admitting, that was a fucking wanker thing to do, just went, I'm not employed by the Liberal Party, despite the fact I'm paid money to do stuff for them, which by any rational person's definition is employed by. I have my own company, therefore I'm employed by my own company. Just because the Liberal Party pays my company to do stuff? Oh, no, see, it's that sort of arrogance and prevarication and saying, I'm not going to accept responsibility for anything I do or say ever that makes people think you're a fucking wanker. That's what it comes down to. It's just, and also, this guy's name is apparently Textor, which when you're being held up for doing dumb fucking stuff on Twitter, sounds like a fake name. But apparently, it's a real one. And it's, again, just this lack of taking responsibility. It's like our agriculture minister, foreign trade people are going, I was supposed to go to Indonesia and work out some trade deals. But that's just on hold for a moment. It's not because our government's an utter clusterfuck and we've pissed off people that we need many millions of dollars from. No, it's just, I was gonna call that off anyway. It's like, let's never accept responsibility. Let's never say anything wrong. The fucking minister who's responsible for this ridiculous bullshit with asylum seekers just going, no, I'm not talking to Indonesia at the moment. But it's all cool. Look, so long as no one reports reality and everyone just repeats the lies and bullshit we feed them, it'll be fucking fine. You know, that's life in Australia at the moment. A political party who campaigned on the utter fucking lie of being open and adult and mature, who win power, then refuse to answer any questions publicly, refuse to communicate publicly, and act like spoiled fucking children in the parliament. You know, it's just like, but you don't hold us to account. That's what happened when we were in opposition. And I can see the up point of this is the Labor Party, who were the former government, who are now in opposition. I think the penny's starting to drop with them. The way shit works here is when you're in opposition, you can say whatever the fuck you want. You're never held to account. And if you bluff people into winning government, then you just pretend everything you said in the years preceding never happened. So it's like, I start to see, when I see some of the reports from Question Time in our parliament, I start to suspect the opposition Labor Party smells blood in the water and they're going for it. Bronwyn Bishop, who was made Speaker of the House, they've got the knives out. I don't think she's going to last very long. The Speaker, although they're a member of a political party, is meant to behave in an impartial way, which she totally isn't. And they seem to send blood in the water. And I was seeing one Labor minister tweeting about various things that were happening, including when my least favoured person in the Federal Liberal Party, Christopher fucking Pyne, complained that Labor ministers tweeting what was happening was disorderly conduct. It's like, yeah, silently sitting there tapping your phone is somehow disorderly. And my favourite bit was the Labor minister is well, he's not a minister, he's in opposition. The Labor MP is just actually tweeting, Pyne is saying us tweeting is disorderly conduct, which is the closest thing to just saying, oh, go fuck yourself, Pyne. I'm in opposition. I don't have to answer for shit I do. So, yeah, I don't know what's happening in your part of the world, but in my part of the world, it's just a fucking sideshow and it's all going straight down the fucking toilet.